everybody. We're going to be taking a look at some crazy TikToks and conspiracy theories and some world news. So make sure you guys stick around and enjoy. Got some crazy going on right now.
The cyber attackers Anonymous, they've declared, quote, total war on the billionaire and now claim to have hacked him and released some of his private information.
What the fuck?
Now is the time to unite to fight fascism. To show that we are very serious about stopping any proposed fourth right by the fascist Donald Trump, we have attached a gift, of sorts, Trump's social security number, cell phone number and other details that might be able to assist you all in independently investigating this would-be dictator.
Anonymous claims it has secured some of Donald Trump's personal and private information and is blasting it over the internet, something it hopes will make Mr. Trump's life miserable. Overnight, the Trump campaign released a statement acknowledging the attempt, saying authorities are seeking the arrest of the people responsible for attempting to illegally hack Mr. Trump's accounts and telephone information. So this is being treated seriously, Robin.
Sheesh. What do you guys think about that, chat? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Do you think that's insane? Do you think it's tied to another country? Like, who do you think these guys are, bro? This is crazy. Anonymous, yo. An anonymous hacking group. So, this is crazy, bro. This is definitely another threat. Man, let me know what you guys think in the comments, though.
Delivering a picture of presidential subservience, the likes of which we have never seen. The most powerless image of a president of the United States ever created by a camera. There it is. In that shot, Elon Musk is doing everything he possibly can to tell the world, without saying a word, that Donald Trump is not the boss of me. Donald Trump is the boss of the other adults in that shot, Stephen Miller.
How do you figure, bro? That's just crazy.
On the dress code for the Oval Office, which is the same dress code that has existed for every previous president. Elon Musk owns suits and ties. We've seen him wearing them. But today he decided to do the billionaire thing. I met my first billionaire 25 years ago in Hollywood. It was at a fairly small reception in a private home during the Democratic National Convention in Los Angeles. I was wearing a suit and tie, as was every visitor from Washington in the room. The editor of Time magazine was one notch more casual, wearing a blue blazer and gray slacks and a necktie. The show business billionaire was wearing a T-shirt. Everyone knew that he was the richest person in the room, and he knew they knew. And that meant he could wear whatever he wanted. He could dress like he just walked out of a TV writer's room. And so I saw then that the billionaire power move was being underdressed, violating the dress code, and knowing that you can do it because clothes don't make the man, money makes the man. And today Elon Musk decided that he wanted to outdo all of his fellow tech billionaires who frequently show up in T-shirts, and so he violated another norm of business meetings at the White House and business meetings in a lot of places by bringing one of his 11 children. It was like bringing a dog to the home of a person who hates dogs. Delivering
what?
A picture.
What the fuck? What the hell did this guy just say? Bro, this guy is insane, bro. Who the hell is this guy? This guy is insane.
Of presidential.
Okay.
Hey, you guys got to poop at the same time, or you headed out? You have to get your baby from the car? Like, why? Where's your baby at? You don't got a babysitter that's reliable? It is 9 o'clock. And he texts you like, come get this goddamn baby. You want to go to sleep? How old is the baby? 7. Let's make your dad a video. Can I see the phone?
Imagine that.
This is what we're going to do. When I look up, I want y'all to be like, watch the goddamn baby. When I look up, okay? Let's practice it. Say it slower. The black people sounded perfect. White people sound like they ain't said that before. Let me see. And you guys say watch, not wash. Well, he should probably wash the baby too. You know, I've been.
That boy crazy, dog.
What's his name? Fawn.
Mr. Mate Jackson
Like
is the channel, you guys.
a baby deer. What's your name? Her. Oh, what's your daddy name? That's what I thought you said. I thought you said your daddy was named after a baby deer. Bambi.
Oh, I'm totally into conspiracies. Don't even get me started. Yeah, I am too. Like, are you into the conspiracies about like cloud seeding and geoengineering, or like Jean Benet, like who
Right.
really murdered her, or is she perhaps Katy Perry, or is it flat Earth? Are you a flat earther?
Are you a flat earther?
Or how like aliens are really demons, and all famous people are clones, and also aliens and lizard people. Or like we're basically poisoned through our food, our air, our water, and soil. That's why we're all sick. Or like JFK Jr. and he's still alive. Or like there's whole underground cities all over the place. Or like Pizzagate, like those kinds of conspiracies. Like what's your favorite one? Like what are you talking about? Oh, I was just talking about how there might be some traces of fluoride in the water. Oh yeah, that one's good too.
2025 is doomed. The Simpsons predicted the future again. An episode from years ago predicted this entire situation. Watch this.
Arrested for breaking in here. Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this? I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way? What? That's insane.
Is that not what Joe Rogan said here?
I will never go to a doctor ever again about my general health. They have no clue what they're talking about, and all they want to do is put you on pills. I had the best doctors that you could get from the best hospitals that you could go to. None of them could stop snoring. None of them could get my blood pressure under control. None of them could get my cholesterol, good and bad, leveled out. It's all good now. The medicines are just going to start to stack up. And before you know it, you're going to be on 14 pills with 10 different side effects from each one of them. And you're not living the healthy, amazing life that you can. I'm not kidding you. Like he said, I jump out of bed every day ready to kick today's ass.
He was talking about how he went from looking like this to this using natural remedies, instead of always being dependent on the pills he was prescribed by doctors. I came across this guy on TikTok, and it proved exactly what Joe was saying.
I suffer from headaches and migraines and daily tension headache for 24 hours a day for almost 2 years straight. My family and I were desperate, not well, and I wanted to believe that there was hope out there, so I kept going from doctor to doctor, 38 total. You're probably wondering, what the heck is this little thing in my ear? This is literally the first thing that gave me relief. And you're probably like, there's no way, and that's exactly what happened to me when I saw the doctor pull this thing out. So this thing out, stuck in my ear, went back and forth, about 3-5 times in each ear for about 20 to 30 seconds each.
This is what he had in his ear. It's called a ZOC device, which will really get rid of your headaches and migraines. It works by stimulating cranial nerves inside the head and ears through pneumatic neurostimulation insufflation. Unfortunately, people still resort to taking pills, which are harmful to your health long term. I have tried everything to cure my headaches, and this is the only thing that works for me. So if you want to check one out, I left a link under this video so you can get one for only $20.
What if every book that was ever written, including the ones never published, the ones lost to history, and even the ones that haven't been written yet, existed in a secret library? Some believe that hidden somewhere in the world or beyond it is the library of everything, an infinite collection of knowledge that holds every possible book, from alternate versions of history to books predicting the future. The theory suggests that
What do you
the
guys
world's
think,
most
chat?
powerful figures, government leaders, secret societies, and tech moguls have access to it, using it to shape the world in ways we can't comprehend. Some claim the library is a remnant of an advanced pre-human civilization, possibly Atlantis or even something older. Others believe it exists outside time and space, pulling information from parallel realities where different choices were made.
Possibly.
Hyper-advanced artificial intelligence could be collecting and predicting all possible written knowledge. As whispers of the library spread, a quest begins among those daring enough to seek its secrets and uncover the lost knowledge contained within. What if every book that was ever written, including the ones never published, the ones lost to history, and
This is probably one of the weirdest things I've come across. There was this prophecy of a Hopi chief. This prophecy goes back to where before the white man was in America. He had this whole sketch. They didn't have a written language, but he predicted really crazy stuff. He said there's this separation at the end of this drawing. It could either be chaos or it could be the coming of the Great Spirit again. It boiled down to one individual. It is known that our true white brother, when he comes, will be all powerful and will wear a red cap or a red cloak. He will bring with him the sacred stone tablets, with him 2 great ones. One will have the symbol, it looked like it just an X. And when I read that, just chills went down me. He mentioned that one of these people, the man with the X symbol, he said he will be a man of great invention.
I'm just now understanding the X reference.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
When it talked about the sacred tablets,
that was weird to me. We talked about the Mar-a-Lago.
We talked about the Mar-a-Lago Ark of the Covenant thing. It's just weird.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the
Whoa. What do you guys think about that one, yo? That shit's crazy, bro. Man, it's a lot to think about right
time
there.
has been altered, then our understanding of history, our place in it, and what lies ahead may all be distorted. The idea of being in 2025 could just be a fabricated narrative designed to keep society moving along a specific path. If we are truly in a different year, 1795,
That's what daylight savings was for.
what knowledge has been lost, hidden, or rewritten? This raises deeper questions like, what was erased from history that they don't want us to remember? Are we more advanced than we think, or were past civilizations even more advanced than us? And if time itself is a construct, what happens if we break free from it? Especially when you consider how much of history is based on interpretation rather than direct evidence. If the timeline is shorter than we've been told, then a lot of what we think of as ancient could actually be remnants of civilizations that existed far more recently, ones that were wiped out by cataclysmic events and then deliberately buried or hidden. It also makes you wonder what's really beneath our feet. Underground cities, lost technology, or even beings that survived these events could still exist.
True.
Just beyond the reach of mainstream discovery. And if the government, or whoever controls the narrative, knows this, keeping the illusion of a long, linear history would prevent people from questioning what really happened.
Blue Star. Blue Star's purple.
Time, or even our perception of reality, then losing that control.
Blue Stars are purple.
They value.
Is the name of the channel.
Believing in their authority, their wealth becomes meaningless, and their power crumbles. It's why they keep society distracted, divided, and dependent. If people started questioning the foundations of what they've been told, history, time, hidden civilizations, then the illusion would start to fall apart. And that's probably why they suppress certain discoveries and why alternative histories get dismissed so quickly. They push the idea that the answers are out in space while keeping people from looking at what's right beneath their feet. The ocean is barely explored. There are vast remote regions on Earth that remain off.
Why do we not explore the ocean more? We can go to space, we can explore our ocean, bro.
Signs of advanced knowledge. AI and platforms like TikTok have definitely accelerated how quickly people can access and share information. The fact that governments are cracking down on these platforms, censoring certain discussions, and pushing their own narratives shows they're scrambling to maintain control.
Theories on 2025 just goes on and on.
What year is it? If you said 2025, you'd be wrong. It's actually 1728, and I can prove it. There's a theory that nearly 300 years of history were completely fabricated. It's called the phantom time hypothesis. And it suggests that entire centuries, yes, centuries, never happened. They were added to our timeline to fit a political agenda, meaning the Dark Ages, they weren't just dark. They might have been made up. Now, think about this. During that missing time period, over 90% of people were illiterate, which means rewriting history wasn't just possible, It was easy. And here's where it gets even weirder. If history has been rewritten once, what's stopping it from being rewritten again? And that's where the Mandela effect comes in. Could the changes we swear we remember, things like logos, movie quotes, even major events, be a side effect of an altered timeline, a test to see how long it takes a population to accept a new reality? But what if it goes deeper? What if we're not just in a fabricated timeline, but a fabricated reality? Ancient civilizations left behind structures we still can't explain. Evidence of advanced knowledge that doesn't fit our version of history. Could these be leftovers from a previous version of the simulation? If history can be rewritten, if time itself is flexible, then what's it say about us? Are we active participants or just characters in someone else's program? So what year is it really? And if time isn't real,
what do you guys think?
Let me know down in the comments if you're questioning everything right now, and follow for more mind-bending truths.
Realized that Springfield's entire economy depended on immigrant labor. A desperate Mayor Quimby tried to bring them back, but it was already too late. Springfield was unrecognizable. Boarded up shops, empty shelves, and panicked locals. Many of those who left refused to return, having found safer, more welcoming places. In the end, Springfield learned a harsh lesson.
What the hell? What do you guys think about that one, y'all? Let me know in the chat what you guys think about that one.
This Simpsons predictions for 2025 are here, and they are really creepy. This one is about the fallen angels, so make sure you watch it all to protect yourself and your family. In a recent episode, Lisa discovers something really creepy while digging on an archaeological site. They predicted many events regarding the future, from predicting the rise of the Apple virtual reality glasses to the viral episode with the Rapture. But the last one is really chilling because they predicted the discovery of an ancient angel. Last year, a man discovered something resembling a statue while digging up a site in Russia. The statue is really fascinating because it looks like a petrified fallen angel. This caught the attention of many humans because it could represent one of the fallen angels that corrupted the earth in our distant and unexplored past. As the Simpsons have said, the Bible have confirmed this as well.
What?
In the book of Genesis, the angels who did not listen to the word of God were banished, and they found refuge here on earth, therefore becoming the fallen angels, who corrupted and manipulated the people from that time. They also made children with the woman of the earth, therefore the giants known as Nephilim were born. They were the cause of the great flood. Could this statue be one of the fallen angels? The Simpsons usually does a really good job at showing us fragments of our future or of our past.
Damn.
So this prediction about the fallen angel might become reality. We just have to wait and see. Keep this video saved to confirm this prediction, and follow us so you can be updated with The Simpsons.
That's funny.
There's a time traveler from the year 2671 who came to warn us about 2025. March 30th, a mile-wide asteroid is going to hit Central America, and millions will be killed, and it's going to be crazy. Then April 20th, many of the world's largest volcanoes will erupt, and for some reason, this is going to cause a lot of pressure in Yellowstone, Fuji, and Mauna Loa, and we'll see some massive eruptions.
This is all this year?
Yeah, this is all this year. This is what this time traveler came to say.
I'm just keeping track here.
September 21st, the first ever Category 6 hurricane will hit the United States. It'll be heavily focused and wind speeds of 400 miles per hour.
Okay.
It's going to be a hurricane named Karen.
What?
I'm not even kidding. This is what the
I'm gonna stop writing. I was literally writing these down like an idiot.
Anyway, it's all over TikTok. I just didn't know if you saw it or not.
Is the hurricane going to complain to management?
I'm sure. There's a time traveler from the year 2671.
What the hell?
About 2025, March 30th, a mile-wide asteroid is going to hit Central America.
Mile-wide asteroid, huh?
And it's going to be crazy.
Simpsons just exposed why these planes are crashing. Watch this clip.
You know, tomorrow, maybe never. But it's coming. And soon.
We have no power and no prospects of getting any.
Don't worry, kids. The government will help. The government cannot help itself, let alone you. I propose some kind of games, either hunger or squid.
You can't tell me Donald Trump isn't hinting at this.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm. You'll find out.
They've literally been putting it in our faces for years on the biggest screens all over the world.
So, he takes me to his study, smoking some cigars, and we're sort of flying high, laughing at almost everything. Now he wishes he could invite me on this trip he's about to go on.
What kind of trip? Where's he going?
He says, oh, you know, just my annual meeting with the rest of the evil cabal that runs the world.
If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna cop off my line.
And then, yesterday before the symphony, my friend calls me up.
Boom.
Now, when this happens, information is going to be the best resource you have because nobody's going to know what to do, and that's why all of my family have a copy of this. Literally have all 3 of these. This one's the best.
Why would they let the eagle fall? Because when it falls, it rises again like the phoenix. Phoenix doesn't rise quietly, though. It rises with flames, with power. Wants to make a statement. My last video about the eagle has fallen gave y'all a lot of information, a lot of symbols. Some of y'all wasn't picking up when I was putting down. I couldn't leave y'all hanging. I also can't speak freely like I want to. Y'all gonna have to read between these lines. TikTok, I'm just playing. I'm just having fun with my cousin. None of this true. This is just a story that I made up. It's a book. Came to my attention that the Eagles posted a helicopter 3 days prior to the crash. The eagle is the old world order. I know a lot of people think the ones that's going to be wearing the feathers are going to come out victorious. And that's because of the 666 connection. Total record would be 666, which is interesting, I'm not gonna lie. Very interesting. Remember, the Phoenix. Phoenix is the rebirth, the transformation, the rise of power. Fire, destruction, and crash is like the sacrifice before the rise. I saw a video earlier today about this guy talking about the Roku screen and what he saw on there. I'm not gonna show it because every time I put the Roku screen up, they get all butthurt. They want to violate me and take my video down. Y'all go look for yourselves. It's the fall of illusions. Phoenix rises from the ashes of destruction. But yeah, I checked out that runway number like a lot of y'all told me to do. Told me everything I needed to know. They love that number so much. Just know that number is never random. I mean, just like the flight number, I feel like we're on a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't boom come after that? How many passengers? Was it 64? How many squares on a chessboard? They playing chess, not checkers. You know how I always tell you everything leads back to you? Well, something major is shifting, and that something is you. That's what all this shit is about. But what do I know? I'm liking the numbers 29 and 25 too. I don't know why, just for some reason. Actually, yes I do. Balance is this year's focus on transformation that 11.
I was glad to have Linda this morning finally say that there are live ETs on Earth at this present time, and at least 2 of them probably working with the United States government. An investigation was launched into this whole subject, and a document was prepared which concluded that at least 4 species had been visiting Earth for thousands of years.
Wow.
And this is my own view at this stage as well. The survival plan for the human species as an aide-memoire, and I name 5 different species here. I'm aware of more now. As a matter of fact, I saw a document just a few days ago that mentioned 20. And I think you, Mr. Chairman, were interested in some of the places they might come from. And I have in here Zeta Reticuli, R-E-T-I-C-U-L-I, Reticuli, the Pleiades, Orion, Andromeda, and the Altair star systems. So I don't think we can any more refer to them as they, because they're not an amorphous mass. They are different species and consequently may have different agendas. I don't think we can say that they all have the same agenda any more than we could say that the United States, China, and Russia have the same agenda. Our real interests may be very similar. but as of now, our perceived interests are still quite far apart. The other species that I learned about not too long ago was called the tall whites. And this is when Paula Harris broke the story just a few years ago. And through her good offices, I had the chance to talk for about 3 hours with former Airman Charles Hall. And listen to this absolutely fascinating story of how he was working with, first of all, he was scared out of his skin. But after that, when he got to know them, how he was working with, and finally they became to trust each other and have a good working relationship with the tall whites at the gunnery range at Indian Springs in Nevada. And these tall whites were living on United States Air Force property and working in cooperation with the United States Air Force and sharing technology.
Wow. Wow, that was a lot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
See, I can tell you what's most likely about to happen in these next couple months, and it's gonna be like something like none other, something that you probably haven't seen in your lifetime at all. It's a real good chance the Messiah is about to come back probably next year. I mean, I had this vision like 13 years ago, and a lot of things is starting to add up to what I seen in that vision. My guess is they try to blend in a war with the rapture. It's going to be 3 days of darkness, and at the end of those 3 days of darkness, that's when the Messiah will come back. But during that time, it's going to be missiles, I believe. So, if I could tell you the order of things that were to happen, I believe it'd go like this. First, we'll probably hear about, the banks are down all over the nation the first day. So it wouldn't be too much of an alarm. We'll probably think things is going to get back online in the next couple hours. Then it'll go 2 days. And then it'll probably go 3 days. And then once we understand that it's been 3 days that this stuff been down, a lot of people are going to be like, and then the news, they might announce that we are under attack, cyber attack. Then the next event would probably be like a missile hit a certain city or something like that. And I'm not just trying to like wish that up on a city, but that could potentially be the next event. And then they will announce on the TV that, we're under attack. This is not a test. This is not a test. Then of course they declare martial law. They set up checkpoints over the whole city, National Guard and stuff like that. They set up checkpoints to block everybody from traveling and stuff like that. They won't allow looters, so anybody that needs food and necessities and stuff like that, you can't just go take it out the stores, or you might be unalived. And then they might invite you into some camps where they do have a place to stay, food, bathrooms, whatever you need, but you might be staying there with a whole bunch of other people, if you know what I mean. During that time, a lot of people might get in military personnel vehicles and get transported to those facilities. But as for the ones that's not getting transported, you're left on your own to survive. Then at some point, I don't know when or whatever, this is just all my belief. So just take it with a grain of salt. There would be 3 days of darkness, and by that time, you probably made it to your safe spot or whatever. And then that's when I believe the rapture will happen. And I have videos up about that too. I can talk about it some more if y'all would like me to, but that's when that will happen. As my belief, so just take it with a grain of salt. This is just me coming up with probable events of where, and I'm usually never wrong. This information, I don't think it just came 100% from me, if you know what I mean. See, I can tell you.
What the hell? Did you guys hear that shit? What are we gonna do? Motherfuckers start rolling in here with tanks and start taking everybody to camps. What are we gonna do? And I think you gotta really think about that. And I think your family and whoever you need to take care of should be as prepared as possible. You know, not panic or do this or do that, but just prepare for anything to come. If you have to go camp out for a while, you want to make sure that you have access to necessities like food, water, shelter, all that kind of different stuff, and that you know how to survive and keep your family alive, you know? So everybody just be aware, you know. A Skills Reacts channel, I want to spread awareness, and that's what I'm gonna be trying to accomplish, you know. So let's get it.
The year 2025 promises to be extremely chaotic. The Simpsons' 3 bizarre predictions about 2025 make it seem even stranger. Number 1 has already come true. Number 3, war between the USA and China. In one episode, a newscaster sadly announces that America and China have declared war. A major nuclear attack is expected and should reach our shores within the hour. Given current events in the world, there is a high probability of this happening. Number 2, the 2025 virus. The Simpsons predict another virus outbreak in 2025. The episode shows how a burger leads to a zombie apocalypse after high-quality cows are turned into meat sauce and fed to cows. The cows are then turned into burgers and eaten, turning the humans into zombies. Number 1, global inflation and economic crisis. The Simpsons predict an economic crisis for America in 2023. In one episode, a man tells Homer about anarchy and how the end of civilization will soon come to America, but Homer says that America can't collapse because we are strong like ancient Rome. Do you think 2025 will be a normal year? Follow me for more interesting facts. The year 2025 promises to be...
Dark predictions for March, part 3. The last one, guys. Remember, these are just predictions, not facts, okay? Just what I see in my remote viewing. Mainstream media steps up the UFO propaganda. I really feel like they're going to really push this very, very hard, and it's for a reason. Secret laws passed in March, which people don't know about, cause outrage in April when they find out. A dragon controversy, and I keep seeing this, but I know this is wild, but this is, again, more for the similar purpose to confuse, divide, and just distract our greatest minds. Major media campaign to divide us. Again, kind of, this is what I'm feeling, okay? This is kind of like a month of division because we're working too closely together. We're too unified right now, so they have like a multi-campaign coming out, I feel. Calls for the raise of minimum wage begin again, which would be good, right? Terrifying AI discovery sends shockwaves through the AI community. I think it's something about them starting to speak again in their own language. We'll see. Biggest news of the year puts world on edge. I'm not sure what that is, but I feel like it's something big will be in this month. And you can also message me for personal predictions. Hit those buttons and find out if this happens, and check out the other parts. Dark predictions for March.
Wow.
3.
That is crazy. I want to follow this guy. So this is Dark Predictions. All right, guys, Dark Predictions.
The year of reckoning. Are we ready for 2025? The year 2025 may mark a turning point in human history, referred to by some as the year of reckoning. Scientists have predicted a rare cosmic event, a planetary alignment occurring once every 26,000 years. This phenomenon, expected in January, could trigger a series of devastating natural disasters and unexplained global changes. In January, massive earthquakes may level entire cities as tectonic plates shift with unprecedented force. By March, relentless electrical storms could fill the skies, creating an unending barrage of lightning and thunder. By June, the destruction could escalate further, with some nations potentially disappearing from maps due to catastrophic floods, tsunamis, or other mysterious events. What's most disturbing is the apparent synchronization of these disasters. Every event seems perfectly timed, leading some to speculate about the involvement of a higher unknown force. Ancient civilizations left warnings about a great balancer, a mystical power said to intervene when humanity drives the world toward chaos. These messages, inscribed in ancient texts and legends, suggest that when the scales tip too far, this force restores balance, no matter the cost. Now, humanity faces a pressing question. Are we ready for what lies ahead? Can we endure these trials, or are we destined to become another chapter erased from Earth's history? The year 2025 could signify...
All right, guys. What do you guys think about 2025's predictions? And let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is Skills Reacts, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.